review. And that review will be of the decision taken by Thanet Council on behalf of all decent, right-thinking people to say that there is no place for this trade in this country. And the RSPCA will seek permission, and it will be granted, to intervene in that case. And we will present the case for the animals who have been shipped through this port as they have been today. And those animals today are going to an appalling fate. The papers that were given to the court showed that the profit in this trade is nap. And the reason for that is that these animals are going for ritual slaughter on the continent as part of the festival. And let me be clear, I have no issues with people of different faiths. The RSPCA was founded by a Church of England clergyman. But people of faith do not wish to inflict pain and suffering on God's creatures. And there is no place for that or in continental Europe. And there is no place for this trade. And the RSPCA will be at this port every day that this trade persists. We've received letters and suggestions, and I suppose you would call them threats. You kind of wonder, who are the terrorists? Threats. Well, we're not going to take any notice of those threats. We will stand witness, as you have done, to the suffering of these animals. And we will fight this case until this trade is ended, not just in Ramsgate, but in every port in this country. And we will take that through the High Court, we will take it through the United Kingdom Parliament, we will take it through the European Parliament. And the day is coming when this trade will be no more. And then it will be a real pleasure to be at the port of Ramsgate.
Thank you. Thank you, Gavin. Thank you.
Were you able to check the shipments?
There were 7 trucks. 2 of them were inspected by Animal Health. The total time of inspection was 5 minutes and 5 seconds.
Was that the first 2?
No, there were 2 picked out by them on either end of the group as they were parked in those first 6 that you saw go through. So 3,500 sheep, 5 minutes and 5 seconds of visual inspection. 3 trucks waved straight through and onto the lorry, onto the boat, and 2 where paper inspections had taken place. My officers, discharging their responsibilities and their duties, took photographs of and drew Animal Health's attention to areas of concern for us. On Tuesday, I'm meeting the Chief Executive of Animal Health. I will be taking those photographs with me, and my eyewitness account of what I see from the and let me be clear, this force, Animal Health, should be here to protect the health and well-being of the animals. That is why we pay our taxes.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is the duty and job of the inspector to do.
Yes.
RSPCA inspectors will not only be here for the animals, will be here to inspect the inspectors and the role they play for us. And I will express my views personally and directly to the Chief Executive of Animal Health when we meet. The Minister has called an inquiry, David Heath, into the events here in Ramsgate, where, as we know, 40 sheep lost their lives. And he's called an inquiry into the haulier and into the conditions in which those sheep were loaded originally at Kettering. And we are submitting our evidence to the Minister. I've seen the terms of reference of that inquiry. Those terms of reference are thorough, and I would have no doubt, if that inquiry does its job, then the true, appalling, disgraceful and dire nature of this trade will be revealed for all.
Gavin, we saw some legs hanging out. There's legs hanging out of the lorries or something. Oh God, that crushed me. Was that put right, or was that?
Yeah, so there were none visible inside the port. One lorry appeared to have a damaged roof inside on the top deck.
That was the first
We've
lorry.
expressed very real concern about that. Another lorry had horned and non-horned sheep loaded aboard it. Now, if they are from the same flock, that is not an offence. If they're from a different flock, it is. And we raised concerns about the potential injury to sheep from some of those horns in such a confined space. There was one sealed lorry, as I think you probably saw. We asked specifically for that to be inspected. That request was specifically declined. All of these loads have been loaded under, quote, supervision, and I will have questions as to the nature of that supervision and quite how horned and non-horned sheep have been loaded together and why a truck in that condition is on our road. So we're sheep on that.
One of the cabs? Have they removed one?
They are removing. The Jolene is still in port. I've come out to talk to you. They're still in port. They're having a considerable difficulty in cramming this consignment of death on board that ship. And so they are removing the cabs so they can get the maximum number of sheep to be loaded. So that's what they're up to, and they're having difficulty in achieving their objectives. And she is due to sail from here in the next 90.
Gavin, can I ask you, what reason do Animal Health give you for refusing you full access to the lorries?
It's the court that is refusing us access. We've been given notice that if we attempt to impede the ruling of the court, we will be in contempt of court, and that would be a very serious position for me to put this charity into, my officers into. We have made our requests of what is called the competent authority. I use those words as they're defined by the law. The competent authority to carry out their actions. They have declined to do so in the case of 5 of the trucks that have been through the port this morning. And I'll be making my views on that known to the Chief Executive of Animal Health, to the Agriculture Minister David Heath,
The cab is coming
to
down.
the Secretary of State.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, lovely.
What's going on? What's going on?
No!